Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we've got another episode of Schools in Session. This one featuring one of the community's probably most outspoken individuals, one of the people that I see in English channel a lot, always creating a good time for most players. Her name is ChelKenners. She is a 90 million might infantry main looking for some top-down help on her account, so we are going to dive right in and give her that help. Now, before we do, I hope you guys like the video. Comment down below what you like most about these School in Session segments. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and if you can, go ahead and click that join button and become a member today. All members get access to videos early, typically. They'll also have access to icons and emojis when we start, especially when we start doing live chats. They also have access to shoutouts in game. They'll have their name added to our ending frame every single month, so that gets a nice little shout out for them. And if they want live shoutouts, all they have to do is ask. So if you'd like that extra shout out, if you'd like a little bit extra credit in the community, go ahead, click that join button, and for only $5 American a month, you can help support the stream and support the community. Other than that, let's dive into ChelKenners and understand a little bit more about what she wants to get done inside Doomsday Last Survivors. Okay, so Chels, welcome to class. Let's dive in, shall we?
Yeah.
So, first, real quick, what are you trying to get out of this? What's your total goal? Are we doing a top-down analysis, or do you have any specific questions that you want answered?
Probably just everything. I don't have a clue what I'm doing, and I'll admit that.
Okay. That's fine. That's what most people are kind of in that same situation, so I can totally appreciate that.
Yeah, just winging it as you go on.
Mm-hmm. So, here's what we'll do. Let's start by... Well, let's first start by taking... Have you taken armaments off your heroes yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so let's start by taking all your armaments off of your heroes.
Oh, I can do it differently.
Yeah, straight through the hero menu. And then we will go through and give you kind of a list on which ones you want to, focus on putting on armaments and what armaments you can kind of get rid of and things like that.
Yeah, I've got a bit of everything everywhere.
Yeah, what he said.
Oh, can you hear my dad?
Yeah, I heard him in the background. I didn't hear what he said. I just heard some old man grumbling.
He is an old man. Yeah, the game, my mum and dad are gamers as well, so they're just playing some whatever game they're playing.
Oh, that's nice. Gamers in the family. Keep it good.
We've been at it years.
Yeah.
I think that's about it now.
Yeah, I think so. I think that'll be it. Okay, so the first thing we want to kind of address and ask ourselves is what's your plan and focus? Are you an infantry player, a rider player, range player? What's your focus?
More infantry. I've just been working on my infantry more than anything.
Okay, so let's go to your equipment and take a look at what you've done to your equipment first. No, that one. Okay, so you've got red across your infantry, parts you're working on for infantry. That's perfect. Okay, so you're hyper-focusing. That's great. You've got purples coming in across your infantry stuff. That's perfect. Refining, you can work on refinement for your infantry stuff. I think I would focus on that before working on the other ones.
And then I've been getting the nanos up on the bag more than anything. Yeah, the refines. Yeah, I've been doing the bag for the nano.
Yeah, I mean it's a good choice just because obviously it's providing a reduced death rate and skills squad travel speed, which is both important. So it's a good choice. Mm-hmm. Working on the refinement for the armor and the knife as well will also help. If you look at the armor for the refinement, or if the refinement for the armor, you're talking healing cost. So resources to cost to healing is great. And if you look at the refinement for the knife, you're looking at training materials used. So both of those are quite important for being able to train a lot of troops or heal your troops and stay in the fight. So getting those refinements are going to be, I think, much more impactful than focusing on the other four, at least until you get those kind of maxed out. So keep working on that. And the same with your parts. You've got blue across everything. But if I'm going to give you the best advice I can, I would suggest focusing, exclusively on your infantry parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just really hard to collect that glitter.
Oh yeah.
The polymer.
The high polymer is the hardest one to get.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat, so don't feel bad. Like, I mean, I'm only now starting to get, like, I think I'll get my first white part this coming TC, only because I have the parts for it. But like, it takes forever to get parts, so don't worry about it. The good thing is that they're giving away more free parts now than ever before, because parts have less of an influence in the game than they ever have.
Yeah.
So they're not nearly as impactful as they used to be. So just let them grow up as they will, right?
Okie doke.
But you're doing the right choice by hyper-focusing that kind of stuff and spending your parts into getting those upgraded, because especially when we look at what your impact is going to be, as an infantry player, you want to make sure your infantry is going to be as tanky as you can, as stacked as you can.
Yeah.
But here's the question, because it's not just about being an infantry player or deciding what you're focused on. It also comes down to how much do you spend in the game? Like,
I just buy frames.
Pardon?
I just buy the frames.
The frames.
And sometimes I'll buy shelters.
Well, the $10 shelters and things like that, like the $9.99 gold shelters and things like that, totally worth it. Frames, not so much, but obviously they look good, so I can appreciate that. But do you have like a budget on the game, or is it more just like you kind of just spend whenever? Like, what would you consider yourself?
Whenever. I don't really know what to spend on, and I don't want to go spending and then just buying loads of rubbish that I don't need.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of leaving it. But I do think I might buy some blueprints.
You mean for beast stuff?
No, for the car.
Oh, yeah, for your warehouse. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to spend anywhere, spending on the warehouse is a good idea. The warehouse is very influential still, so that's a good idea. And we can go into what packs and stuff like that to buy, but I mean, the real question just comes down to, like, do you consider yourself a low spender, a medium spender, or a high spender?
I'd probably say I was a low spender.
Okay, so if you're a low spender, then you really have to ask yourself one major question. Mm-hmm. How much do you really care about ranged and riders? Because here's the thing, especially...
They're the ones you're going to spend on, aren't they?
Well, it's not even just that. It doesn't matter which one you choose much anymore. Like, you can be a ranged main now, you know, just as easily as you could be an infantry main, because you have access to heroes, you've got access to all that kind of stuff, and there's, you know, capabilities to earn the heroes that you need. The problem is, if you're a low spending player, like, fighting with 3 types of troops is the most expensive way to play this game. Fighting 5 marches in the 5 marches in the field is also the most expensive way to play this game. So unless you're spending a shit ton of money, chances are you're not going to be fighting with 3 troop types, and you're not going to be fighting with 5 marches at once.
Yeah, definitely not.
So this becomes our biggest question, right? Do we care about riders in range, because we're not going to be using them to fight in the field? Right? Yep. We shouldn't be leading our marches to fight in the field because our ranged and riders are bad. We should only be using them to join rallies and garrisons that are being led by other people who have stronger riders or ranged.
Yeah,
correct?
That's what I do. I just throw my range and riders in. Well, mainly riders. I'll throw them in like towers and stuff.
Perfect.
Or joining rallies.
So the biggest question then you're going to have to ask yourself is how many marches do you want to work on so that you can be as effective as possible? Because even as a free-to-play player, or a low-spending player, it's not really feasible to have 5 marches or to march 5. Like, even myself, who I have the heroes for 5 marches, I don't run 5 marches in the field very often.
No, because after, like, say, 3, the last 2, they just melt.
They're doing nothing but sending troops to your hospital.
Yeah.
Right. So what I always suggest doing, especially for low spending players or even medium spending players, people on that lower spectrum, work on 1 march at a time until you get that march to at least 3.5 to 4 million armament sets before you start working on an additional one. And if you don't have the armament sets that are equal to like 3.5 to 4 million, you shouldn't really be fighting in the field very much. Right?
Well, I don't fight in the field anyway.
I mean, even an account of your size can still looking at fighting in the field. Even, I mean, 3.5 to 4 million is kind of my goal for where I am too. But if you're a little bit weaker, you can look at say 2.5 million, 3 before you start looking at another set. But you really don't want to just work on another set because you have the armaments for that other set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. We want to focus. Sorry, go ahead.
At the minute, my audit, when I put all of the armaments on her,
Yeah.
she was only like 1.8 million or something.
Mm-hmm. So this becomes my point. What you should be doing is hyper focusing one march at a time. So instead of even sending 3 marches in the field to fight Chell, you'll send 1 march in the field and fight with other people that are fighting in the field. Fight with the other people that have 1, 2, or 3 marches, right? So that you can, your strong 1 march can do as much impact versus having 3 weak marches. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So this becomes the understanding. So even if we only work on 1 march at a time, because of how things compound, it's more beneficial to have 1 strong march than it is to have 3 weaker ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's kind of keep that in mind when it comes to our armaments, what we're looking at, what we want to keep, what we want to get rid of, and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at our heroes. Let's go to our heroes. And let's take a look at what our top heroes are. So you're an infantry main. You've got a Dut is up there. She's awakened. That's good. What's your Miyamoto look like?
He's not far off.
Very close.
But still a long way to go.
I mean, it's much closer than what you think, and he's going to be much more effective than what you'll need him to be. So that's fine too. You've got Ragaro and Tom.
I think Tom's probably better than the Ragaro.
Well, Ragaro, you're probably just going to be having on your garrison line anyways. I mean, the truth is you're going to be picking 1 line to work with. And from what I would suggest, you're going to be picking a Dut Miyamoto. Mm-hmm. Right? So that's going to be your line that you fight with in the field. You're not really going to...
I've been using adult first and then my auto second.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the way I would do it too. The only real effect that you're going to have is going to be based on how you have their talent trees. So if you go to a Dut for a second for me, and then show me her talent tree.
It's going to be shocking, this. I've just thrown them everywhere.
Okay, so let's... Oh, and you don't have any point reset vouchers. Okay. You do have 21. Let's go ahead and use one, and I'm going to help you with this and give you a basic idea on what you're going to want to do. And this is going to be something that you can actually carry throughout most of the heroes that have the skills tree, the troop-specific tree, and then... something like a general or something like that. The only time that it's going to change a little bit is if you're looking at like a garrison hero or like a siege hero, you might go into that garrison or siege hero talent tree a little bit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's going to go like this. For your skills, click on the one that looks like a bear. The very last one for your skills tree.
Skills, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do this one. Let's level up all the way. And level it up all the way. Now, this is where... No, don't do this one.
Okay.
The difference is, if you click on that one for a second, this one's called Double-Edged Sword. Yes, this will provide you dealing more damage, but it means that you're going to take more damage in the long run. And in my opinion, now this is a personal preference. You're welcome to use it if what you're trying to do is race to the bottom. But in my opinion, taking extra damage is not a valid enough reason to deal extra damage. Right? So I wouldn't suggest doing the double-edged sword. I would suggest taking those points and putting them out throughout the infantry squad line instead. So from here, what I would do is I would click on the one that looks like the armor on the top left.
Yeah.
I would level that up. And then I would go to the one that looks like a wolf on the right. Level that one up all the way. And then now you've got 13 points that you can kind of put wherever is going to be your play style. You can go more towards the very, very top mark, where the very, very top mark is more if you're leading infantry, it's going to give you a flat buff to everything. And I believe you have enough points to get 1 point in that level.
Level it up?
Well, you can. So you did, which will... I mean, that's fine too. That's fine too. It's gonna provide you with a decent amount of overall, which is fine. The last couple of points really is just kind of like your own personal preference, whether you want to go towards providing, some flat buffs for everything for leading infantry, or whether you want it to be walking a little bit faster in the field, things like that. There's a little bit of flexibility from there. But other than that, this is pretty much going to be your same kind of setup. Okay. So you're going to fill out the skills tree all the way. And then you're going to fill out the infantry or the ranged or the riders kind of as much as you want. If you're going to put them in the garrison or siege, that's very specific, but you'll have to sacrifice from one skill tree, and that's a totally different talent tree that we can go over at a later time. But
Yeah.
this setup is going to be kind of uniform for most of your heroes. This type of setup, okay? Full skills tree, most in the infantry, and the rest in there based on your current play style. Now, what this is going to do is provide you a decent amount of rage regeneration so that you're going to be pushing out more skills. Your skills will hit harder. And then obviously still provide you the tankiness and the kind of uniformity that you need out of the infantry squad as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So this setup here is kind of your key one. Let's keep that one. Let's back out and let's look at equipping your main line with your top armament so we can kind of see what you're working on.
Do you want to look at me at these?
Yeah, just quick equip it for me for 1 second and then back out. I want to see how strong she is with your max stuff.
Oh, that's better.
Just over 2 million. Perfect. So this gives you something that we can work on. Now unequip her for a second and we're going to go do your marches. Perfect. So let's go take a look at setting up your marches. So just pick a spot, go march, go create squad.
Just create.
Yeah, we're going to go one at a time first. And we can do mass deploys after. So you haven't saved any lines, correct? Just in your mass deploy?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we're going to save up a whole bunch right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first one that we're going to save up, let's look at doing your main fighting march. So pick a dut and then pick Miyamoto as your secondary. Okay, max troops, perfect. And the beasts will come back and change afterwards. You can save that as your number one. And I would save that it would save it in that side. So the way that I separate things, just so that you have an idea, you can of course do it the way that you want. The ones in the brown category are my fighting lines. The ones in the green are my farming lines. And the ones in my blue are my zombie fighting lines.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And that's specific so that you can kind of, back and forth as you need to. Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That's going to be the only line that you're going to be fighting with for now.
Yeah.
So let's not worry about saving any other lines. And we will not worry about putting any armaments on any other heroes for your infantry and fighting. The only other armaments that we're going to look at saving are going to be the superbs for your ranged and riders, which we'll go over here in a second. But this is effectively your main fighting march. You're going to use this one anytime that you're fighting in the field or things like that. That's what you're going to be sending. Okay?
Right.
So keep that one at home.
Right.
Now let's save your farming marches.
Okay.
So back out of this screen and find me a level 7 food node.
That's empty.
Yep, perfect. So click gather, go create squad. And I want you to pick Sarah Vandermeer as the first hero. And for the second hero, I want you to pick the girl in blue. Her name is Chris. At the top, yep. And what I want you to do is I want you to save this march in the number 1 green spot.
Yep.
Okay, let's back out. Now we're going to go to, a level 7 food node, or a wood node, sorry. No, we want a full one. A full level 7. That one only had 600,000.
I might have left that one earlier.
That's fine. We'll go back to it when we're done.
Yep. There we go.
Now this one, you're going to go Jeremy. And the second one is going to be Michelle. Yep. And I want you to save that as your number 2 green. Now this is your wood march. Now go find me a level 7 steel. And this one, you're going to use Alexander Sokolev. And you're going to use Angela. That's her name. Save that as your number 3 farming. And then find me a level 7 oil.
Not might be difficult.
Oh, you just came by 2 of them.
Oh, there you go. Saying it's difficult. There you go.
And that's the one. No, that's the one you wanted to save. So put Sia back in there. And that's the one you're going to save for your level 4.
Okey-doke.
Now, here's the easiest way you're going to go. Now you're going to click search for a level 7 food. Gather, create squad, and instead of just sending out the first one that it gives you, send out your number 1 green.
Oh.
Yeah, number 1 green. Now, if you'll notice, the load is enough to cover the whole node, but nothing more, okay? It's the basic that you'll need just to fill the node so you won't leave any behind. Do the same thing with your wood, your steel, and your oil. Send out your 4 marches for me. Number 2. Nope, you got to make sure you click number 2. Because otherwise it will select the wrong ones.
Right. And then go back home.
Number 2, there you go. Send that out. Because this way, because we want to make sure that we have all the cars that we want out. So we can also see what cars we have left. Number 3, perfect. And then do the same thing for an oil node. Number 4. Now, here's what I want you to do. Find a level 7 oil or food or wood node. Doesn't matter. Save that one as your number 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So what this is going to do, this is now giving you the 5 farming lines that are the most balanced in the game. If you click on the little up and down arrow by the heroes, this will tell you approximately how long it'll take for them to get back. So you got 1 hour and 49 minutes on your Alexander one. Scroll down. Once we get these leveled up, this will bring you about as close to the average as you can for each of those heroes for the gathering of those. I mean, some of these are also gathering much smaller, right? They're gathering the half nodes.
Yeah.
But this will give you the most balance in regards to the of gathering speed across all 4 of them, so that your 4 main nodes will come back very, very close together. This way you can log in, in your case, once every 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And send out 4 new marches every single time. Instead of having one come back at 2.5 hours, one come back at 3 hours, one come back at 1 hour 45. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This will balance things out for you. Even that 5th march, although it's a little bit slower, is still quite balanced in regards to this. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what I want you to do. Back out of here for a second. I want you to find your food node. Send out your 5th march. Now, go to your, into your barracks, your car barracks, and let's see what cars you have left.
What do you mean? How do I get into that?
Just click train.
Oh.
Okay. So you still have 223,983 cars in your shelter. I'm going to break your mind here.
I don't need that many, do I?
You can get rid of every one of those cars. Those 223,983 cars that are left, you can get rid of all of them.
Right.
Because here's the thing. Right now, you have sent out all of the cars you're ever going to need, which allows you to farm 1 of each node plus 1 node of whichever one you need.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, you have freedom to kind of farm whatever you need, but this is still going to give you enough cars, right, that you don't have to do any of them. So you can delete all of these cars, reduce your might, reduce your rating, make your matchmaking a lot easier, and save your resources. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing. If the worst case scenario happens, and let's say you get burned at home, guess where those
Yeah.
cars are going?
They're gone anyway.
Well, they're going to the hospital, and that's going to
Oh
hold
yeah,
up.
they're filling up the hospital.
Right, they're going to fill up your hospital, which then sends your other troops, which are more valuable, to the aid station. So we want to be as the name of the game, Chels, is to be as lean as we can. We want our might as low as possible, but still hit as hard as we can.
Yeah.
Right? So this will be one of those things where you can delete all of the extra cars that you have. And then here's the next big step when it comes to cars. Make up your mind about one thing. Tier 5 and Tier 6 cars, yes, they provide you bonus resources. They move slower. They cost more to build. They cost more to heal. Right?
Yeah.
And they give out a lot of points when they get killed. So what a lot of players do, myself included, and I've just done this myself, I have deleted all of my level 5 and 6 cars and only built Tier 1 instead.
Right.
Because Tier 1, although has half the load, which means you'll need more cars, you'll need about 150,000 or 200,000 cars total. They heal almost instantly. They cost nothing to build. They're faster than Tier 6 cars. They lower your might and rating, so there's lots of benefits to having them. The only cost is you don't get the extra 10% bonus that a Tier 6 car provides.
Right.
Right. So you're losing out on some of the resources, but you're gaining a bunch of extra stuff. You know, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, however you want to play. You're welcome to keep your Tier 5 cars if you prefer, but like I said, I've just recently gone and done the Tier 1 thing, and I find it does us better because, like I said, you get better matchmaking, better rewards, better participation, and you can still use your cars in farming because they're faster, right?
Do you not need extra cars for when you're collecting the alliance nodes?
Do you farm the Alliance node very often?
No.
So let me ask you a question. Does that matter?
No, it doesn't really, to be fair.
And I'll be honest, the only time I'm ever farming the Alliance nodes is during GW if we're not playing GW. But other than that, I'm not farming the Alliance nodes because you don't get the additional 30% gathering speed.
It seems to take longer as well.
Well, it does because you're not getting the additional 30% gathering speed for farming on area, and 30% is a decent chunk of change. So although it's true you can leave it there overnight, the other difference is I just log in because my farming is so specific. I've got my stuff to it. It comes back every hour and 45 minutes on a full node between all four. So I log in every 2 hours, right? That's all I need to do. I log in every 2 hours and we're good. So if I don't do that while I sleep for 6 or 8 hours, it's no big deal because I can still catch up to it. Or I can just go the other way and just buy the auto farmer for like $180.
Yeah, that's true.
And don't get me wrong, it's $180. It's still not cheap, but I have it on my farming account, and for $180, you get 3 farmers for 8 hours, which means you can farm. Like I'm farming food, wood, and oil continuously for 8 hours while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Right. So even knowing that it's a thing to pay for, yes, it's expensive. It is absolutely one of the only ones that I'd say is worth it.
Yeah.
So it's something to look at. But this gives you, again, a lot of might that you can remove, which will make your matchmaking a lot easier and things like that. And then not give you such a headache. But that's a whole bunch, right, for you to think about in regards to that. Okay, so we've gone through your fighting march. We've gone through your farmers. Let's look at doing your... now you have to recall your farmers, sorry. You can just... If you press the up and down button, you can recall them faster.
I never knew that.
Yeah. I do it that way, especially because you can do it that way coming out of rallies and stuff like that. Instead of going into the rally section and having to recall them manually from the rally itself, you can actually just go up there and recall from a rally that way.
No way.
Yeah. Okay, so let's prep out your zombie lines. And then you can put in whichever heroes you want to level up. So create march, create squad.
I'll just wait for these to come back.
Well, you've got enough spots, so we can do that while they're marching. You only need one spot.
Create squad.
So there are a bunch of zombie fighting heroes, so it's really going to depend on what you have and which ones you have statted and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the main ones you want to kind of worry about, you've got Martin, who's a really good farmer, zombie hunter. You've got Peggy, Russell, Jaden, and Lee Sung-won. So these are your basic 5 zombie fighters that I would suggest using. So rarity is fine, or might is fine too, whichever you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to Martin first. That's Peter. There's Martin.
I've not leveled him up much.
That's fine. You'll level him up as you need to. And in reality, what you do is once you get him to rank 3, which you can get free fragments for him, then you can start putting him with additional ones. The reason why Martin is good is because he's got additional EXP when killing zombies, and he heals, and he heals, right? So it's going to be able to maintain your march killing zombies a longer time. So this is one to work forward to. But either way, we're still going to save this one as your number 1 blue march. And then once you have him at rank 3, you can put whoever you want to co-sign with him. Okay?
Yeah. Is that saved? Yeah.
Yeah. Next, let's go to Russell. Right
what
there.
does he look like?
The guy with the eye patch. Captain Russell.
There we go.
Okay. He's also a really good zombie fighter, specifically because he does a lot of the same things. He provides experience. He also makes things cheaper to fight zombies, so it's another good one. And for your secondary, put whichever hero you want to work on leveling up.
Oh, no idea.
Doesn't matter. You can pick whoever. So if you're an infantry main, put in an infantry hero there. One that's not at 60 yet. Like Bodala or Stella or...
Yeah, because I don't really use these, so I've not done anything with them yet.
Yeah, so I mean, getting them to 60 is going to help because we have that new, the new hero capacity or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I'm recording right now. Sorry, bud. Make some noodles. So make some sauce. We've got cheese. Yeah. Let's make a cheese sauce. Get creative.
Mm-hmm.
Kids having to learn stuff. Okay, save that one as your number 2 blue.
Yep.
Now, you will have to go back and save these marches once we do the beasts. So just keep that in mind, because right now we're saving the same beast with all of them. But once we fix the beasts as well, you'll have a better idea on how to pair them as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so your next one you're going to save is going to be Peggy.
That Peggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then put Bodala, or whoever the next hero you want to work on is.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, perfect. And then save that as your number 3. Next, you're going to look at Jaden as your main leader. Jaden really... No, that's Lee Sung-won. He'll be the next one.
Oh, who's Jaden? That one.
That one, yep. And again, put whoever you want. It doesn't really matter. Whoever you want to level up to 60. One of your farmers, maybe, or...
I'll choose her.
There you go. And then the last one, you're going to go with Lee Sung-won. Baseball bat boy. And then whoever you want to level up there as well.
Level her up.
And then save that as your next one. So when you're sending out your zombie marches, you can choose to send out one at a time through here. But I think what we'll also do is we'll save one for your mass deploys as well.
Right.
Just so that we have an easy way of kind of mass deploying all of your zombie hunters. So click out and then click on a space and click mass deploy. And then let's delete all those. And then just input 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the blues. Yeah, sure, make grilled cheese.
I've not got enough troops.
Oh, just put in whichever troops. It's just going from your infantry first, so it doesn't matter which troops you put in.
Oh, no. I don't think I've got enough treats for that.
So there you go. So now we save that. Click the little, as your number 2. Perfect. So now, when you want to go fight zombies, you can quick equip or you can mass deploy all 5 of these and fight zombies with 5 marches at a time. And if you didn't know, that's your most efficient way to do zombies.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Yep.
this will automatically help you level up the heroes that you want to level up. It'll automatically help you with your zombies. But let's actually take a look at one of your zombie heroes so we can get them statted properly. And you can stat all of your zombie hunters the same way. So go to Peggy for a second. Go to her hero talents. And let's actually go to the zombie hunter side for me a second. Is the zombie hunter one totally leveled out?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, for your 5 zombie hunters, fully level out the other ones and then try to get as much rage as you can. Your kind of biggest determining factor when you're fighting out there is to get as much rage as you can. And that's going to be the one that looks like the wolf. So, yeah, anytime you can get those rage ones or anything like that, you can get those. Is going to be active because it just means you're going to be doing more skill damage. But for all 5 of your zombie hunting heroes, fill out, the zombie hunting wing the whole way, and then the rest is kind of irrelevant. Just put it where you want. But you want that entire zombie hunter talent tree done up for all 5 of those zombie leaders. Because you're not going to use those 5 leaders anywhere else. Right? Yeah. You're not going to lead with Martin in the field. You're not going to lead with Lee in the field. You're not going to lead with Jaden in the field. It's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. You're only going to use them for fighting zombies, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's back out. That gives you a great idea. You're understanding zombie hunters really well. Next thing we want to do is we want to look at equipping our heroes with armaments so that we know what we're dealing with. So let's go to a dot and let's max equip her with your best. Quick equip with everything you can. Okay. So let's back out. Let's see what our max is. 2 million on a dot. That's good. Now, what we want to start thinking about is what our future plans are. Because like I said, if you've got a 2 million hero now, there's nothing wrong at your might with starting to work on a second set. Yeah. Yes, you'll need the heroes for it. And right now you don't have the heroes for a second set. Like I wouldn't run Tom and Ragaro in the field.
Right.
I would wait until you have Bodala saved up or leveled up, or even Eileen if you can do that, because those are other good field fighters that you can level up.
Yeah.
And then I would start looking at balancing it out from there. Even if you went a Dut Tom and Miyamoto Ragaro, you could look at something like that for the time being. But that's going to split up your hard hitting line and give you kind of 2 softer hitting lines. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's going to be your personal decision. What I would suggest doing is keeping your Adet Miyamoto, work on this set until you get everything legendary for your armaments before you start working on another set.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Any questions or any concerns so far?
No.
Okay.
I'm getting it.
Okay, so what we want to do then is also still think a little bit about the future, because there is going to be a time, as long as you keep playing and keep growing, there is going to be a time when you will eventually have ranged and riders, right? You'll eventually get them leveled up to a point where you'll at least be able to use them on their own.
Yeah.
It's not right now, but we want to be able to start for that. However, we don't want to equip all of our heroes because that's just going to inflate our might.
Yeah.
Armaments in your bag count towards your rating. Armaments that are equipped count towards your might. So they're both kind of counterintuitive. We don't want to keep a lot of armaments in our bag that we're not using. We want to be really smart about this. So here's what I'm going to suggest that you do. And of course, take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. Go to one of your top range leaders. Let's look at equipping her. But instead of quick equipping, let's go through each individual one and let's see what you have set up. So let's go to here. Okay, equip her range shooter brace, the only thing you have.
Equip it.
Yeah. Go to your gun. Don't equip that one. Go to your boots. Don't equip those. Go to your pants. Don't equip those. Backpack. Equip the hunter's weapon case. And then go to the armor and don't equip those. Now, what we should be doing is looking at saving the superbs for your ranged and rider sets and effectively looking at dismantling the rest. Okay, so go to your rider now, whichever rider you prefer, whether it's Elena, Bella, Felix, doesn't matter. And we're going to do the same thing. So go to the helmet. Do not equip that one. Go to the gun. Do not equip that. Do not equip those. Do not equip those. Equip that one. Do not equip that. So now this is where the thought process comes in. Because you're not putting any value on your riders in range, they're not going to be doing any field fighting or anything else other than filling rallies and garrisons. Their armaments are irrelevant. So we don't want to equip a lot of armaments on there because that's just inflating our might. And because we're not a rider or range player, all of those extra armaments that we have that are in there are basically wasted might and wasted rating that we're not getting full advantage of. Okay. So here's the thing. Now that we have your main infantry line set up for a second, let's go back to Adut and let's take a look at what our other armaments she has potential. So if you go into look at her helmet, so you do have a Stego helmet, it's just not up to speed yet, which means once you have that Stego helmet a 3-star, you can swap it out for this helmet.
Yeah.
And then put this one on your secondary hero that you're looking to start. But here's the biggest thing that people think makes sense, but really doesn't. Let's take a look at your anti-blast helmet. This is a 5-star anti-blast helmet, correct?
Yep.
This is pretty close to the max that it's going to be capable of providing. I think the max is like 250,000 might for an elite set of armaments. Okay. Click on your Stego helm for a second. A level 1 is already halfway there.
Yeah. It's not even a level yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like a 0-star is almost already halfway there. So by 3 stars, it's already there without putting any hones into it. So my advice is to only have your purples there as a placeholder for the golds, but don't rely on them. So if you go to your vest for a second, we don't even have a gold one here. So that should be our focus. It shouldn't be working on leveling this one up or putting hones into this one. It should be focused on getting that legendary hero, that legendary set. Right. Same with your pants. Same with your boots. If you go to your pants for a second, so you've already got the boots and you've already got 2 pairs of pants. So you've got lots of choices. Right. Once those ones get leveled up, doesn't matter how you want to level them up, I would suggest swapping over. Okay.
Yeah.
That becomes the ASAP. And then what you can do is you can dismantle all the other armaments that you're not using. Like, if I were you, I would dismantle all the armaments in the ranged and rider category that are not equipped currently. I would look at dismantling all the infantry purple sets that we aren't using.
Right.
And basically trying to dismantle as many as you can so you can start the process of turning them into legendary fragments. Because every single week, if you back out of this real quick, every single week, go to your store. There's an armament shop. You know about this?
Yeah.
I want you to be clearing this out of your armament, of your infantry armaments and your hones every single week that you can.
Right.
So the first thing that you want to get every single week, scroll down, is going to be your honing chips. Because hones are very, very important. And then the next thing you want to get every single week that you can afford is going to be the random choice. Yeah, the choice boxes, the pants frag choice boxes, or the backpack choice boxes first before you get the specific ones. Okay. If you can afford the specific ones too, get those. But this is going to be a situation where you're going to turn all of your unused armaments into the armaments that you're looking for that you will be able to use.
Mm-hmm.
And since we're only working at one armament set at a time, this gives us more freedom to get rid of the other extra ones that we're not using. Okay?
Yep.
So before we dismantle armaments or look at that, let's go ahead and equip our farming heroes, because we still want to equip our farming heroes. So the first farming hero we're going to go look at is our food farming hero, which is Sarah. So let's find Sarah. Let's look at her equipments, and we'll go through one at a time. Go through the helmet. Don't worry about equipping that. Don't worry about equipping the other one. Put on those. Don't worry about those. Don't worry about that one. We'll put that on the wood guy instead. Put on the other one.
That one.
Actually, we'll save that one for the wood guy instead as well, because you already have wood gathering on it.
So go back.
Yep, now you can go back. Let's go to our wood guy.
Who's that?
Guy with the hood right there, the blue hood. Jeremy. And we're going to put nope. 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 Yes. And the other one. Yes. Now, before you back out, go to the devices for a second. I want to see something. Okay. So here's the thing. This one we're going to move. I don't want that on a dut. I want that one on your oil gathering girl. I want that one on Maxine.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to Maxine, because oil is still going to be your most valuable resource. Let's put that one on her. Now, back out, and let's go to a dut and make sure that we fix a dut, because she has hers removed. Yeah, so put that one on instead. Perfect. Now you can even upgrade your mask if you want. Because remember, we're working on one march at a time. That means even your armaments can go one march at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so back out, back out. Now let's go to your steel guy. I don't think you have any more armaments that are going to go on anyone. But let's just check anyways. Go to your steel guy. Yep, Alexander Sokolev. We'll go through one at a time.
You can have that car here.
Or on the stove. So here's the thing. You can put that on him if you want. But the problem is, you see the jacket that's currently equipped on the other guy?
Yeah.
That's the one you want to put on everybody.
Okay.
Because that one's going to provide squad load to everybody.
Yeah.
Right? So if you look at your armaments for a second, there is effectively one armament for every type, and then a couple that are good for everybody. So the steel guy gets a pair of glasses. He actually gets a pair of goggles. You just don't have the right ones.
Right.
So the only equipment this guy is going to get that you're going to want to give this guy is a pair of goggles, the shovel, and the backpack, as well as a gathering armament, or a gathering, what's it called? Device.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So for him, if you go up to the goggles for a second, both of these goggles are not the right ones, but you'll get one that provides, in the basic attributes, provides oil gathering speed. Those will be the goggles that you'll put on him. Okay?
Right.
The shovel is the weapon, and then the backpack that gives the squad load, as well as the other one that gives the squad load. Now, you don't have to put the strap case on everybody, because it does provide wood gathering speed as well, but it does naturally provide squad load.
Yeah.
Which means that you need less cars, right? You can farm them more efficiently with less cars.
Right.
So I would suggest putting a vest and a backpack on each of your farmers, just because it provides squad load across the board. And then the shovel, and for him, he gets the glasses. If you go to your pants, for example, for a second, Neither of these 3 pairs of pants are the ones that you get for oil, but there is one that will provide you a benefit for oil.
Right.
Now, you can, again, equip this onto your wood gathering one because you already have a wood gathering speed one on there, but I'm going to suggest that you actually break this down and use it towards getting other fragments that you need more valuable.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
So we've now effectively equipped all of your farming ones with all the farming stuff. What we can now do is go look at all the armaments that you have in your bag that are not equipped currently.
How can I filter that? The ones that are not worn? No.
No, you can't do the ones that are not worn, but you can kind of see them because they won't have an image there. So almost every armament. Do you have Claude or Bianca or Victor?
I've got Bianca.
Okay, go to Bianca for a second. I forgot this one. Equip. Don't forget, you can still work on a leader set of superbs as well. And I think you have the helmet of that as a superb. Yeah.
That one.
So equip that one. Just go run through the rest just to double check. Make sure you don't have any other superbs that are just waiting. Okay.
I'll see them in a minute on armaments. Oh, you'll see them.
Yeah. Okay, so now go to your armaments. So every non-infantry armament. Yeah, it's an infantry one. We're going to keep that one.
Okay.
Any non-infantry armament that is legendary can be dismantled.
Right.
Okay. Every purple that is not equipped can be dismantled.
Ooh.
Okay. Each purple that is not equipped can still be dismantled. Each blue can be dismantled.
Yeah.
This will give you a ton of those bolts that you can now use every week to pull up the fragments that you need for the legendary pieces. Because that's what we're working on. Okay. Now scroll up for a second and we're going to talk real quick about the fragment pieces or the choice boxes that you have. What I'm going to suggest that you do, only use your purple boxes to get the farming fragments that we were talking about. So if you look at your gun ones for a second, go to your gun ones for a second. Let's look at, now go all the way over to the right. You see? Oh, look, it even makes sense. You can even build one right now. So that gives you a shovel. And you can put one shovel on each of your farming heroes that you have.
Right.
And that'll flat boost us and then just keep putting them into getting the shovels until you have everyone with a level 5. Make sense?
Yeah.
And you're going to do that with each specific one. So if you look at your helmet ones that you have for a second, go all the way to the right. The ones in the middle provide or steel gathering speed.
Right.
Okay, so build up your stealth goggles till you have a 5-star stealth goggle set on your steel gathering guy. Go to here. This is your vest. The vest is going to put one of these on everybody. Again, all the way to the right. On your forward jacket, you're going to put one of those on everybody. If you go to your backpack, this is going to be specific for your wood gathering guy. But I also suggest putting it on, eventually putting one on all of your gatherers. Hyperfocus getting that 5-star on your wood gatherer first.
Right.
Okay. And then if you go to your pants will provide the oil one. In the middle, that's your oil gathering speed.
Oh.
So get your 5-star oil gathering pants as well for Maxine. And to be told, that'll be the only purples that you'll need to focus on. The rest are quite irrelevant, especially when you're working on one set at a time.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you're ready, at any time, it doesn't have to be today, you can dismantle and then you can start trading those in. But this basically means that everyone that's not infantry, so keep all your infantry legendaries because that'll give you more choice. But you can get rid of your pants, the boots that are riders, the pants that are leader type, the bag that is range type, even the superb set of pants that you have there, those trendy cargo pants, you're never going to use them. And it's never a benefit to do zombie damage because like you're never going to be hindered by zombies.
Yeah.
So there's really no reason to have that additional, you know what I mean? Like there's really no
Yeah.
benefit to that. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So that'll be something you can deal with on your own time when you're doing armaments, but I want to teach you one last thing. Go to the armament that is currently that device, the gathering device that you have.
Mm-hmm.
No, the device that's on Maxine, the high performance motor.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what I want you to do. Unlock it. And, well, you already have an oil gathering speed, so maybe not. This is tough. So here's something you can do. Because ideally you want to have one of these machine motors on each one of your 5 gathering leaders before you start looking at focusing and hyper-focusing and getting them leveled up. Because the additional gathering resources that you're getting from each line, right here we're looking at 8% extra resources when gathered. Those additional ones will save up. There's additional speed on every single one, so they'll be more equal to having all of your marches come back at the same time. So here's something you can do, which it's going to be 6 or 1. Like I said, you've used some hones on this already, which gives you the wood gathering and the oil gathering speed. But we can be more efficient. If you click the little reset button here for you. Now don't do the unequip it first, sorry. You got to unequip it from you have to unequip it from Maxine first.
Oh, I can't do it that way.
Yeah, I know. They're making it you have to go the long way.
No shortcuts.
Not today.
Unequipped.
Yeah. Now go back to your bag. Jesus. Into your armaments. Now click on that one. Click the reset button.
Click it.
Yeah. But don't click reset here. Don't click it here yet. Okay. What this will allow you to do is take that 4-star one that you have and break it back down to 8 0 stars.
Yeah.
Which now gives you the capability of putting one on every leader and then starting to level up a couple of the ones you have to 1-star, 2-star, things like that, leveling up from there.
Yeah.
So you can spread all of that gathering speed that you now have currently hyper-focused on your oil line across all of your marches versus having it all there instead.
Yeah, I can get one of these a week as well now through
That's
VIP
right.
store.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to continue to add a new one and level those up every week until you get all 5 that are 5-star.
Yeah, yeah.
At which point every week you're going to buy one and then dismantle it for I think 50 or 150 whatever fragments of metal that it is.
Yeah.
But this becomes your choice. So you can either hyper-focus your oil gathering because you do have a 7% oil gathering speed bonus on that one. Or you can reset it so that you can give more of a gathering bonus to the rest of your farmers, depending on what you need. That's your decision.
Usually I'm always low on oil, so I'll keep her on oil for now.
Yep, that's totally acceptable. And then simply just adding your devices as you get new ones.
Yeah.
Add those ones to your new farmers as you get them. That's totally fine too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. But that's going to handle your armaments, and this is going to handle your heroes. So we've got your one main fighting march that you've got. You're working on your armaments, your superb armament sets for riders and ranged and leaders. You've got your farmers and zombie hunters set up. Really, the last thing we need to touch on is beasts.
Right.
And this will kind of clarify a whole lot. Like, are we understanding so much what we've done so far?
Yeah.
Okay. And what we've effectively done is also dropped your might by approximately 3.5 million.
Yeah.
Right? Which is a good thing. I mean, most people are trying to get their might as high as you can, but in my opinion, that's the wrong mentality. You want to be as weak as you can, but hitting as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's go to our beasts. And I'm going to give you one task to unequip all of your beast chips and disconnect all your support chips or your support beasts.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's no easy way to do it. You really have to go through one, one at a time. You excited about the new update, or you hate it too?
It doesn't really affect me because, well, it does in war because I lose all my troops. We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting lost with it now. How are you finding the new update? Poor.
Oh, I'm not excited about it at all. The healing help change is brutal. I'm glad that the community is crazy about it. I'm glad that they're writing out in about it. But I don't think it's enough. Even after the changes that they made today, I don't think it's enough. So
No. Have they made new changes?
yeah, they just added a new one to the beast helps. So they did. I mean, the change they made it. There was only 100.
Oh yeah.
Well, they just changed that, so now it's 500, and instead of a 5-minute delay, it's a 3-minute delay.
Bloody hell.
So instead of being able to heal, 275,000 troops in once, you can now heal 1.375 million troops before time restrictions. And then instead of healing 30,000 troops an hour, you can heal 55,000 troops an hour, but that's still every hour that you have to be active and on it. You know what I mean? Like, it's still a lot.
Wow. I've got chips everywhere. I just didn't want to get rid of any.
Nobody ever does, but I'm going to do a couple things for you that is going to also help you here as well. Because I noticed that you have... you got a lot of things that are kind of hindering your growth and kind of hindering some things, especially when it comes to beasts. So first and foremost, let's take a look at the top beasts that you have. You've got your Mimic Jellyfish, which is great. I'm a big fan of the combo and Corrode from the Jellyfish or the General Crab, so that's fine. You've also got the General Rhino, or the Flame Rhino, whatever it's called, at the very top. Which is, I mean, it's going to be another good choice as well. The biggest question you have to ask yourself is, what is your main prerogative? Because if what you're doing is mainly filling rallies and fighting in the field, your main fighting beast is kind of going to be irrelevant. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
If you plan to eventually run rallies and garrisons, you need to have your physical beasts.
Right.
Right? So this becomes the biggest question. First and foremost, what you want to do is get at least one copy of every beast.
Yeah.
Right? Before we look at dismantling any beasts, we want to make sure we have at least a copy of them. However, if you look here, you have the one green beast who's a level 1, but he's fully awakened.
Yeah.
That is hurting you more than it's helping you.
Right.
Because that's effectively 14 copies of that beast that you could have broken down for fragments to use for stronger beasts. And having him awakened doesn't do anything for you because you're not going to be using him in battle.
No, I don't use them at all.
That's right. So we're not going to put chips on them. We're not going to do anything with them. Okay? It doesn't make any sense. So what you want to do when you get a copy, the next copy of this guy, keep your level 1 copy and dismantle this guy.
Right.
Same with your...
Oh, yeah, I've got one.
Oh, you've got one already? Then dismantle this guy. If you already have the copy, then dismantle that guy. Yeah, you can dismantle because you already have a... Well, this guy's still locked. Yeah, there you go. Dismantle that guy too. Because you have both. You already have the copies of those that you don't need. That's 2,500 fragments, which is like 4 fragments for a legendary beast. Now keep those ones. You can lock those ones. We still want to keep those ones, so we want to lock them.
How do you lock?
There's a little lock. Yeah, there you go.
Lock.
So you're still going to keep the level 1 beast. And it's going to be the same. When you get the copy when you get the next green one for your blue, for your water one, you can dismantle your water guy. And then when you get the copies for the blue guys, the blue boars, you can dismantle these ones as well.
Right, okay.
Because you're not going to be using your blues in battle either. Remember,
No.
you're only thinking about 2 beasts for every march that you plan on using. And how many marches do you plan on using?
Well, I've only got 1 at the minute, haven't I?
Exactly. So really all we're focusing on is 2 main beasts. Let the rest grow as they will grow, as the game will give you things for it. Okay?
Yeah.
Remember, we're not a whale. We don't have the choice of picking whichever beast we want. We have to figure out what the game is going to give us, right? What we're lucky enough to draw and work on those ones and focus those ones. Okay?
Yeah.
So, it's going to be the same thing when it comes with chips. Since what we're looking at is creating the strongest line possible for our one fighting march, the rest are going to be filled up with what we can. Let's just pick our 2 top strongest beasts. So equip your, go to your mimic jellyfish, support him or her, I don't know their gender, with your next strongest beast, which is your rhino. At the top. Yeah, your rhino. Now let's back out. And let's look at chips. Click on chips. Just quick equip what you have so I can see what you're working with. Now, do you have the purples when it comes to the top and bottom? No, you don't have the purple brain chips? Okay. You do have 1?
I don't think that's the right... Oh, yeah, it could be.
Yeah, put on that one. It's going to provide... It's technically not as good as the blue above it, right? If you look at the blue, you're getting more defense, I think. Yeah, you get a little bit more defense, but this one gives you way more HP, so it's going to be better regardless.
Yeah.
And go to your lava rhino and do the same thing. Perfect. And you even have the full set. That's awesome. Awesome. So back out. And go to your jellyfish and click attributes. So combo is mostly there. A little bit of crit. No counter. That's fine. That's good. I mean, that's going to be your basic line. So that's going to be your main fighting one. Now, the rest of them, we can just pair them. It doesn't really matter how you pair them. You kind of want to pair your strongest. So like, so that you have extra beasts for like the beast invasion, not the beast invasion. Sorry. Yeah. For the beast invasion, things like that. Like, you still want to pair them together.
Yeah. So the strongest ones together.
Yeah. So just pair them. However, I mean, yeah, just pair that one together. Here's the truth. The pairing doesn't really matter as much as what people think it does.
Oh.
Okay. The pairing, really what it does is it just gives you more additions to your attributes, and that gives you more freedom to kind of balance your attributes however you want. But if you're a whale, you have full choice. If you're free to play, it's really irrelevant. Outside of your main march, it's really irrelevant. So just pair them however you can. And just really remember that you're only working on 5 main pairings, right? 10 beasts. The game only credits you with your strongest 10 beasts anyways. So that's really what you're going to be focusing on, having, you know, those 10 beasts for 5 eventual marches.
Yeah.
Okay, so you equip your beast that way, and then you equip the chips the same way on those 10 beasts. Once you have chips on all those 10 beasts, once you have chips on all those, all that stuff, then you can address what to do from there. Right? But all the extras you can get rid of outside of those main chips, right? Out of those main 10 beasts, all the extra chips that you have, you can get rid of. You don't need, right? There's lots of flexibility from there. And just like armaments, I'm going to give you another big detail here. The blue chips
don't mean anything.
Are pretty poo-poo. So I almost don't use blue chips at all. And we'll like we just showed you, when it comes, a fully leveled up brain or spine chip is not near as good. Like, you could put the level 1, put that one on instead. And it's better. And go to your spine.
Wait, that one.
Yeah. And look, you even have... Oh, you don't have the matching one. That's fine. I thought you did, but that's fine. So now you know which piece that you need to get, right? Which fragment piece you need to get. And this is going to be the same type of understanding. The toughest part about beasts is that they're kind of a little counterintuitive. So if you treat them like armaments, they're going to be devalued to you. You need to have your support chips with beasts, or support beasts with chips as well, because you're still getting that inheritance.
Right, okay.
But because you're only working on effectively one at a time, you only need to work on those two beasts at a time for that main march. So if you look at your main beasts, for example, that you have right now, right, which is the jellyfish and the rhino, these are going to be the ones that you want to level up. So if you go to rank up, you go to, promote or level up or any of those types of things, or potential. Yeah, just like you've already started to put stuff in here for your potential and your pristine life, same idea. Just keep on putting it into there because this is what the game has been nice enough to give you. Level that up. Okay? So that would be what I would suggest is kind of your next focus. Work on those two main beasts as the game gives it to you. Because here's the other thing. These are only elite beasts. We eventually want the legendary ones, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're eventually going to get the mimic jellyfish. And as time goes on, you will eventually unlock it to a point where it's going to be able to be switched. Here's a trick that they don't really tell you. If you go to dismiss this guy, okay, let's say you dismiss this jellyfish, you will get 100% of the pristine life and 100%. So just click on your jellyfish for a second, unlock it. Let's see if it'll let you. Oh, it's in training too.
Oh, right.
So just take it out of training for a second. I want to show you something. Yeah. And then disconnect the support beast. And then go to dismantle it, but don't dismiss it. But don't click release once you click on there. Now click on it, but don't click release. So if you'll look, you're going to get 100% of the pristine life that you put into it, 100% of the other vials that are right next to it, the DNA vials that are next to it, and 100% of the injections. You'll get all of that stuff back, and you get 60% of the experience that you put into it. Okay, so close out, don't release, close out. So what this means is once your other jellyfish, your legendary one, and this is something I just did on my main account, once your legendary beast gets to a level 7 copy, or level 8 or level 9, like once it gets up to that point, you can dismantle this one and dump all of that pristine life and all of those other things back into your new, what will be strongest beast hero.
Can I do that with the crab into the big crab?
You can do it with any of them. Okay, once you dismantle one that you have, you get 100% of the pristine life that you put into it, 100% of the other stuff that you need to do its potential, 100% of the injection stuff that you get, and then 60% of the experience. So you can absolutely do that way as well. Pardon?
Do I still need to get a copy of one as well?
I mean, you still want to have at least one copy of it just for that the beast invasion event, or the one that we just had where you have to put the beasts in the individual spots. Yeah. You still want to have at least one copy of every beast for that reason, but you don't need every copy at fully awakened level 100 or anything. Okay, so this is something that I just did because my pangolin, my crystal pangolin on my main account was fully pristine life, fully done up, full everything, but max at like 2.5 million, 3 million with chips, right? I just got my hammer pangolin to level 7 or level 8, I don't remember, one or the other. So I literally just did this today. So now my hammer pangolin is 3 million with chips, so I'm better off than I was, or I'm at the same point that I was, but far more potential now for growth. Right? And that becomes the focus. Yeah. So you can do that once you get your jellyfish or your general crab up to the place where it can replace this next one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you can still focus on one march at a time. And then once you open up your second march, now you can focus on your next 2 pair of beasts. And in that situation, I might pair them a little differently. I might pair your strongest beast with your fourth strongest beast. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I might match them, like I might match them counter to what they would normally be, so that I can still balance out my beasts a little bit better.
Yeah.
Across my 2 marches that I'm working on. And if I'm doing 3, I might do 1 and 6, 2 and 4, 3 and 5. Or 2 and 5, 3 and 6, 3 and 4, that same type of idea. Just in reverse order, I would do the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, it does.
Okay. So, truth be told, Shell, that's pretty much it. I mean, the rest of it, all that you're going to be doing at this point, is just kind of like all the things we've gone through, right? Take a look at your armaments, which ones you can dismantle and turn down into other parts. Take a look at the chips, which ones you don't have equipped, you can look at dismantling for parts. You know, the beasts we've talked about, which ones you can get rid of or dismantle once you get copies for. Same type of idea, but the biggest thing you want to understand is that we're literally doing this to make you hit harder at a weaker might, so that your matchmaking is better, your rating is better, right? The game itself is better, and then you'll have more fun in the process.
Yeah, I will.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Any other questions?
The harder I hit, the more kills I'll get.
Well, exactly. And that's which means the more points you get. And I spent a lot of time fighting in events with only 1 march. You just have to be smart, right? Your 1 march will do better than somebody who's got 5 marches in the field, but you'll still lose to 5 marches in the field. So you still have to make sure that you're fighting intelligently, right? Once you get target, make sure that you're backing away so that you're not the main target. Make sure you're fighting with other people. 4 people with 1 march in the field will be better than 1 person with 5 marches in the field. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same idea. And I know it's not nearly as enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. Mass sending 5 troops in the field or 5 marches in the field makes you feel real big until you look at the healing costs, the hospital bills, the resource costs, and everything else.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the part that really makes you wonder. So, but other than that, I mean, we've pretty much gone top down. We've gone through heroes, we've gone through beasts, we've gone through armaments, equipments. Is there any other questions, concerns, or anything else that you have any questions about?
No, I don't think so.
Is there anything we haven't gone over that you would like clarification on?
No, I don't think so. I think we've more or less done everything.
I mean, we could do one thing which I haven't done with many other people yet, is the survivor stuff. I'm not sure how you've done survivors, but like even survivors aren't really as impactful as they could be.
Where? Oh, right, yeah.
So if you go to your survivors, for example, I'll show you something to your tactical team.
Oh, yeah, because I've not touched on these.
So let's do these real quick.
Yep.
Deselect everything.
I don't know how you do that.
So you click on one of the heroes.
Yep.
Click on the switch button by the ironclad recruits, and you can go remove. No. Click on the. Wait. It won't let you put. Click on the actual hero itself. No, the survivor itself.
That one.
Yeah. Now click the little minus button. Yeah, there you go.
Right,
now go to your next one and swap a dut in. So click on Russell.
Russell?
Yeah, go switch heroes, put a dut in. Replace. Yeah. And then dismantle these 3, or not dismantle, but disconnect these 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a little secret about these survivors as well, because a lot of people think that you have to put riders in the rider section, or you have to put infantry in the infantry section, but it's not actually true. You can actually mix and match. So I'll show you how that works.
I completely forgot about these, though, to be fair.
Most people do, because they don't provide very much unless your heroes are, unless your stuff is really leveled up.
Yeah.
But there's tons of potential. I mean, you start to see some pretty decent influence once you get them leveled up decently. 2, 3, 4, 5%, I think, is the max. So it ends up being pretty good. So here's what we're going to do. Back out. And then we're going to go first to Oh, you still got the
Oh,
Hawkeye recruits. Yeah, we can get rid of those. So the first thing that we're going to do, let's go to your the fourth section in. So the first three are specific to the troop types, right? All three are specific to the troop types. The fourth, the fifth, and the sixth, the elites, those ones are specific. They have a special one, special deploy in the last slot. So let's go to your ironclad elites. Let's put a dut in your ironclad elites. And let's select your first survivor. And let's look through these at which ones we can be most effective with. So damage reduced against ranged squads is pretty good because ranged do a lot of damage. Infantry HP is also pretty good because that's important, right? Any of those infantry HP, attack, defense, those will be important too. So you can use those ones. I wouldn't put shield effect because you don't have a shield effect. You don't have to worry about that.
Are you looking at? Do you want to look at the purple ones as well?
I mean, you can equip the purple ones, but your legendary ones are typically going to have a higher percentage.
Yeah.
They might not, like if you look at Phoebe, for example, provides a higher attack than your Rex, but I wouldn't put that one in there. I'd put in for her, for example, scroll up. I would put probably something like damage reduced against rider squads, damage dealt to rider squads. So damage reduced against ranged squads, damage dealt to rider squads, and then HP. Like those would probably be the three that I would put on her.
George, Henry, and Phoebe.
Yeah.
Phoebe?
No, not Phoebe. Not Phoebe. Rebar. A 0.8%, a 0.8% HP is probably going to be better than 1.5% attack.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so this is what I would do for your ironclad elites. Once you can get, because here's the thing, although this says infantry, like this is an infantry ability and it says damage dealt to rider squads, that's not specific to just infantry. So if you switched this person up, you could put a range leader here, for example, and the only thing that range leader is not getting is the infantry squad HP. The range leader is still going to be dealing additional damage to rider squads and dealing and having reduced damage against range squads.
Yeah.
But they won't be getting the infantry squad. Do you understand how that works?
Yeah.
So you can technically put a range leader here and still get those ranged effects. Which means if you look at my survivors, for example, I've got all 5 of my infantry leaders across the 5 main things, and I'm getting those abilities from those survivors that are not specific to infantry or specific to riders or specific to range. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's lots of flexibility in that. And once you understand that, you can go through and put however you want with the rest of them. If you're only working on a dut, there's nothing wrong with only putting a dut out there and having that as your only one. You'll have a red dot because they'll obviously want you to fill in the rest.
Yeah.
And you can fill in the rest with meaningless stuff. It doesn't matter. But that's really what the benefit is. So now when she's in battle, as a leader, is going to have damage reduced against range squad, additional damage to rider squads, and an additional infantry squad HP. So when she's leading infantry, she has that squad HP. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And you do that with everybody in your tactical team, however you want. So if you go to Flash Bolt Elites, for example, let's actually take a look. Let's actually do a fake one here. Let's go select your hero to deploy. Let's select Miyamoto because just thinking ahead, he'll probably be your second leader once you're ready to start a second set.
Yep.
Right? So let's look at what we can do. So let's deploy him. And let's go to the top one. And here's where we can be and think about things. So we can make him tankier, skill damage taken by troops at a decline. That's a good one to put on there. Basic attacks have a 10% chance to deal additional damage. That's a good one to put on there. You wouldn't put the rider squad attack one. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, he's not a rider. But
damage reduced against infantry squads, damage dealt to range squads, right? Those would be good ones to put on there. That wouldn't be a problem at all. So I would put, in this situation, I would equip Eric, probably. I would put probably damage dealt to range squads. I'd put Alex on there. because, and again, anything against range squads. And then here, this gives you now, because you have the capability of putting any of them in here, you can put an infantry squad one here if you wanted. Or what will eventually happen is there's a hero. Scroll down for a second. I want to see if you have any of the special heroes. Very, very bottom. Keep going. I don't think you do.
I don't think I do.
No, not yet. But you'll get the ones that'll have 2 abilities. They'll have one that's specific to their troop type and one that's not. And they will both equip and work once you have them, right? So that's why we use the elite sections first, because if you have those elite survivors, it's a nice little bonus. But even here, put on squad counter damage. So now Miyamoto, as a leader, is getting skill damage taken by troop less, damage dealt to range squad increase, and squad damage increase.
Yeah.
Much more playability, even though you're using those rider survivors to get those benefits to Miyamoto as an infantry hero. Make sense?
Yep.
So now you can do that with the remaining 4 as you see fit, right? To make it with within your playstyle. Now, there's also nothing wrong, because here's another factor. When you're joining rallies and garrisons, your troops have to march, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when that happens, you're still going to need them to march. So there's nothing wrong with putting survivors on your rider, on that one rider hero, right? On Elena, and your one ranged hero, Julia.
Right.
There would be nothing wrong with doing those 2. For the Hawkeye elites, I would put Julia, so that way you can take advantage of all of the ranged ones.
Julia?
And then I would simply use the regular elites for the rider one, if you know what I mean. So here, you can go through and kind of pick. Julia doesn't have AoE damage, so I wouldn't necessarily worry about that. I would put probably Blaze for the squad HP. I would probably put damage reduced against rider squads, simply because they end up, especially Julia, she ends up getting hit pretty hard. And maybe basic attack damage taken, or range squad defense, something along those lines, right? Give them some more. Even if you wanted to go another HP at 0.9%, you could do that as well. In the purple one, there's just one down below. From Tommy, you have
but then
another 0.9%.
The more she heals, the more she's going to get killed, isn't she?
This isn't healing.
Oh, right.
This is just
added HP.
Right. This is just hit points.
Right, okay.
So now what we've done is we've added another 1.7 HP to all your range squads, and they're tankier against rider squads when Julia's there. So when Julia's running, when she's going to need to have the most amount of HP and damage reduction, that's what you got. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So with the other 3, I would suggest, just kind of thinking about what you want to do in the future, what your plans are in the future, and then using those heroes. So if you plan to fight with, say, Bodala in the field, there would be nothing wrong with putting Bodala in one of those ones, right? If you plan, just as you need, just kind of have that kind of customization there as well.
Yep, I get that.
But other than that, I mean, that's going to be it, Shell. We've gone through absolutely everything. And if you don't have any other questions, I think that's going to wrap it for what we've done today.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Again, if you have any questions, concerns, or anything before you do anything big, before you do armaments or anything like that, feel free to reach out. But I honestly think you've got a good grasp on it. I mean, you've already got the equipments working well. You understand, kind of the finer points of it. As long as you focus on working on one march at a time, what goes with having that one march at a time, and not kind of try to spread yourself too thin, I think you'll have a better experience overall.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with that all being said, thanks very much for tuning in. We are going to wrap it up here for another episode of Schools in Session. This has been Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and I hope you guys have had just as much fun as we have. If you haven't already, like the channel, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and click that join button. Become a member today. All right. Other than that, love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.
Let's go.